You really think you can keep him away from me?
Ricky, we're gonna do whatever is legally possible to keep your dad from taking his anger out on you, okay?
I don't want to go home. Ever.
We're working on that, Ricky.
Morning, Reverend.
Morning.
This must be Ricky. Hi.
Yes, it is. Ricky, this is Mr. Montgomery, our attorney. He'll be handling your case. He's gonna tell us what we can do.
Could you excuse us for just a second,
Yes.
please?
Sure.
What can you tell me, Jackson?
Well, did a background check on this kid's father. Turns out he's a cop, 15 years on the force. Right now, he's under suspension for excessive force. Evidently, he does a little bit of that at home, too. His name's Henry Collins, but his co-workers on the force call him Hank the Tank.
Hank the Tank.
Yeah, that ring a bell for you?
I've heard of him.
Doesn't seem like a church-going guy. How could you have heard of him? Oh, while you were doing your stint as chaplain at Statesville. Oh, I'll bet old Hank the Tank did his best to fill all those cells.
Yeah. Oh, he did.
Oh, welcome back, Mr. Gray. I just told Miss English I didn't think you were home yet.
Thank you. Just got in. Good morning, Brooke.
So how was Washington?
Washington was Washington, but I got what I came for. I'll take those bags up later. I'll show you the notes.
I can handle them.
Yeah?
She can handle them.
Just let me. Thank you. Need this meeting.
So, are you sure you don't want a chance to go and have a little visit with Alex before we start this meeting?
Actually, I went up there. She's not there. You have any idea where my beautiful fiancé could be? Okay, thanks. Alex isn't at the hospital either.
Are you worried?
No. I don't have to worry about Alex anymore. Thank goodness. So what do you think of the notes?
That's remarkable. So, this is what the candidate said on this trip, and this is what the same people said on the same issues when they were not running for office, so we could just run them opposite each other.
A little bipartisan doublespeak.
This is great.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to start the layout, and I think that you should take the morning off because you have done a wonderful job.
Well, thank you. And I'm pushed.
And Gored.
Oh, Dad.
Sorry.
You know, the reason for our excellent wit must be because we have some new people in our lives.
Right. So, is there anything else that you need from me?
Yeah, a favor. Alex and I are going to set the date, and we were wondering if you could ask your friend, Reverend Freeman, to perform the ceremony.
Well, I hope you don't believe in long engagements.
I don't. Why?
Because my friend, the Reverend, is moving on soon.
So how goes our request with the court?
Well, I'm afraid the term bureaucracy was coined just such times as this. What's going to happen is social services will send over a social worker. They'll evaluate the situation, and if they feel it's dangerous, they'll take the child out of there.
Well, when are they going to pay the visit?
Well, they're understaffed. They say they'll do it as soon as they possibly can.
Jack, wait a minute. No. We have to do this today. This kid is in danger.
Elliot, it's not going to happen today. They have a lot of child abuse cases down there. There are a lot of kids in danger.
This kid should not go back to his father. Look, maybe he can stay here at the community center.
Wait. As the center's attorney, I've got to tell you, unless we have the law on our side, you cannot, you hear me? We cannot keep this kid away from his father.
His father is going to beat his face in just for coming here. I mean, how many more beatings can this kid sustain?
Look, Reverend, my adopted daughter was taken out of an abusive situation, so I think I know how you feel.
No, I don't think you do. Not if you put your faith in bureaucracy. Listen, I've seen this happen a million times. People get pushed when they're kids, and they push back when they turn into adults. I don't want that to happen to Ricky.
Maybe the Reverend is kind of like, Father O'Malley's the star minister. He goes where they need him the most.
That's not the reason. Elliot's supervisor doesn't think that his relationship with me is appropriate.
You're kidding.
And Elliot hasn't said anything to the contrary. Anyway, good riddance. I have more than enough work to keep me busy.
Brooke, don't do this. Come on. I know you were starting to care about this guy.
Please. Right, the last thing I need is consolation from a man who is hopelessly in love.
Okay.
So walk me to the car.
All right.
Come on. So what about this wedding now, huh?
What about it?
Does Alex want something big and splashy and...
Alex will have whatever Alex wants.
Do you know about Edmund and me?
Yeah, I saw you and Edmund and the children. You were all in costume. The terrace was decorated. You guys were laughing together. That's the night that Edmund asked you to marry him.
You were there?
I heard you say yes to marrying Edmund.
Well, you have to understand that we didn't want that to happen.
I know that.
He was alone and I was alone, and we were trying to deal with losing you. Oh, we tried so hard and...
Not to fall in love. But you and Edmund did.
But we thought you were dead.
Alex, you don't have to explain this to me. If I had died, that's what I would have wanted you two together.
Yeah, we kept trying to tell each other that. We kept trying to believe that.
Alex, I love my brother. And he would make you happy. That's all I've ever wanted for you.
Oh, this is such a mess, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. I stepped back into the world of the living when I probably had no right to. The one thing that could happen now that the surprise of me being alive is over, is that you would come to regret that I didn't die.
What?
No,
How can you say that to me?
I'm just saying that I have lived long enough to make sure that you're out of danger, that I have heard your laugh again. I've held you in my arms again. Alex, I never meant for us to meet again. You were Edmund's. I was on my way to Europe if the therapy worked.
Don't you even think of walking away again. You can't.
Can I stay?
He's working on it, Ricky. Listen, hey, take it easy. I don't want you to worry.
My dad's not gonna like this. When he wakes up from his bender, he's gonna come looking for me.
Ricky, I told you that your dad is never going to hit you again, and I meant it.
Yeah, but do I have to go home with him?
Gentlemen, some good news. Figured out how to untie one of those bureaucratic knots and get you out of this environment.
What do we do?
Get an individual to come forward and request temporary custody of Ricky and agree to keep him in his or her care. That way we circumvent the whole foster care issue.
So I can stay with you?
Yes. I'll make the request, and Ricky can stay here.
Absolutely.
Although, Jackson, I think I should tell you that I'm being transferred to another church.
As in leaving town?
I am not going to go anywhere while Ricky is still in jeopardy, but as soon as we get him away from his father, Ricky, we'll have to find somebody else for him to move in with.
Well, I hope it doesn't come to that, 'cause that could make it very complicated.
I'm not going anywhere. I'll take responsibility.
Brooke, you sure you want to bring a troubled teen into your house? I mean, you got Jamie to think about, for fate's sake.
Ricky is a good kid.
I'm sure.
He's just been kicked around too much in his life. Brooke, you know that I would never let Jamie be in any danger.
Elliot and I can both sign the petition, and then if he has to leave town, I will be responsible.
Okie doke. I'll make it happen.
Okay.
See you two later.
I appreciate this.
He deserves a break.
with you, boy, huh? You too stupid? You can't answer my questions? You're coming home now. No, I'll teach you to run away from the old man.
I don't have to go with you, Dad. I don't have to go home.
Get off of him!
Elliot! Elliot, no!
There's no way! You take it. Get out of here.
You think you can do anything to him just because he's your kid? People, stop it! We're not gonna do nothing. Now,
Elliot! Elliot, stop it! Stop it! Stop it before you do something that you'll regret.
I'm gonna have you arrested for kidnapping and assault. Everybody knows that a son belongs with his father.
well, you do what you have to do. Your kid is not taking one step out of here. He deserves a better father than you.
Assaulting a cop. That's gonna cost you, Rev.
Look, don't push it, Collins. You're already on suspension, remember?
Yeah, well, I got some friends that are gonna make your life rough.
Oh, you tough guys hiding behind a badge. You wear a uniform. You think you're above the law. You can hurt an innocent kid.
I'm gonna sue you for slander.
Everybody just calm down. Mr. Collins, threats are not going to help your son. And there isn't any need to be physical. It's why Ricky got here in the first place.
Ricky, I'm sorry I hit your dad.
Yeah, well, the old man had it coming.
No, Brooke's right. I can't justify my actions. But I want you to remember you can stay here for as long as you want.
Look, I don't need any Bible thumper messing in with my family. Don't I know you from somewhere?
Well, I can tell you one thing. I've never seen you in church because if I
That's
had...
because you would like to sleep in on Sundays.
It means you like to sleep it off.
Watch your mouth, kid. Look, just grab your stuff and we'll catch some breakfast on the way home.
He doesn't want to go with you.
Mr. Collins, why couldn't Ricky stay here for the day at the shelter? He's great. He helps out whenever we need him.
Because he's got chores to do at
Well,
home.
maybe he's earned a day off, a couple of hours. You know what?
Look, Mrs. Whoever you are.
Brooke English.
Miss English. You got kids of your own?
Yes, I have 3. I have a son and 2 daughters. My little girl passed away.
I'm sorry about that. You must have loved her like there was no tomorrow.
There wasn't any tomorrow for her. She was killed by a drunk driver.
That's the worst. I hope they caught that scum.
What is your point, Mr. Collins?
Look, you love your family. I love my son. He belongs at home with me.
His home doesn't seem to be a very safe place right now.
Now, if you love him so much, why do you hit him?
Kids need discipline. You give them an inch and all of a sudden they think they own you.
Discipline? Did you say you call a black eye discipline?
Look, Richard mouthed off. I gave him a little shove. His face met a table, okay? He's always been a clumsy kid. Ain't that right, bud? Look, I know my rights. You can't keep my boy without a paper from the court. So, I guess we're out of here.
Ricky, if you need me, you call me anytime, night or day.
Yeah.
I promise that I will not let him get his hands on him again. Collins is not going to make a lie.
Elliot, stop.
Brooke, do you know what that creep is going to do to Ricky as soon as they get home?
Listen to me, all right? Jack said family services. If everything goes okay, we will have a court order within an hour. We can take Ricky out of his father's home. But until it's legal, we cannot do anything. We just have to wait, all right? So we can hold on a few more minutes.
Yeah, much more. Okay, can Ricky hold on?
Jack, finally.
Hi.
Hey, what happened to family services? Can Ricky stay here?
Well, I finally got them to assign a social worker to the case.
Meaning?
Well, meaning that she'll go to the Collins household, she'll do her look around, file her report, hopefully within the next few days.
Wait a minute, we got to get this kid out of here now before he runs into his dad's
Well,
fist again.
Listen, I think for now, Ricky is safe.
Wait, you don't know that.
I know that Hank the Tank there knows that we're watching his every move, and I think he's going to behave.
Well, maybe.
I know cops like this. This guy cares a lot more for his precious pension than he does for his own kid.
So what do we do now? Just wait
Brooke, I'm doing my best to get this case moved to the top of the heap.
I know.
I don't know what else I can do really now.
I know.
It's not too late already.
Thank you, Jack.
It's my pleasure. I'll keep you posted if anything comes up.
Thanks.
Hang tough, all right?
Elliot, where are you going?
Brooke, I'm going to Ricky's house.
Didn't you hear anything Jackson said?
Yes, I did. Ricky needs me now.
Jack is sure that his father is not going to hurt him, at least not for the time
Yes,
being.
well, I'm not so sure.
Mr. Collins has everything to lose. His job, his son.
Mr. Collins is to the point where he just doesn't give a damn. That makes him a very dangerous man.
The family service will issue a court order.
Oh, Brooke, how naive are you? The law doesn't stand up for little kids like Rick. It stands up for creeps like Collins. I mean, do you really think that a court order is going to keep him from beating his kid?
I have to believe that there is some justice.
Justice is blind. It can't see a child's body pummeled and lifeless.
I care about Ricky, too. I care about him as much as I could for any child who's at risk. For you, it's more personal. What does this boy mean to you?
And I know how confusing it. I know how much you must hate me right now. You got that right, brother.
I'll bet any amount of money that Hank the Tank is working on Ricky right now.
You mean beating him up?
Oh, there are many ways to break down a person that don't include showing the bruises. Well, Collins doesn't want his kid crying to family services, right? So, what? He does a 180. He swears that everything at home is going to start working out. Everything's going to be okay, that he's learned his lesson, that, well, he's not going to treat his son like a punching bag anymore.
And Ricky will want to believe that.
Well, sure he will. Every kid wants to believe that his dad's an okay guy. I mean, Ricky might even change his story. He might end up telling family services that he got his cuts and bruises from, what was it? Falling downstairs, just like his old man said. And, hey, things will be okay for a while. And Hank will be on his best behavior. Cut back on the booze. Maybe even rustle up dinner one night. Well, the kid'll take one look at that meal and he'll probably say something like, I'm not hungry right now. And this will really steam the old man to no end. So, he heads off for the fridge and he grabs a cold one. Veins bulging from his neck as he pops the top and aims the spray at the kid, laughing his head off. Only his kid doesn't laugh. So he slaps his kid in the back of the head and he says, "What's the matter? Don't you think that's funny?" And then he slaps him again. And the kid just sits there and takes it. And takes it. Until one day he finally hits back.
Is that how it went with you and your father?
You know, the sad thing about it is the Rickies of this world, they can't win for losing. I mean, even if he has the bad luck of surviving his childhood, he turns out to be just like dear old Dad. Lesson in survival. Throw the first punch when you get mad. Get even.
What happened when you left home?
Oh, well, me and my dad, we went out and we had a few farewell drinks. We got into a fight immediately. Doesn't matter for what reason. By that point, we just irritated each other so much anything would set us off. He slapped me in the face, and I slapped him back. Sent his false teeth flying across the room. And I spent the next decade trying to prove to everybody what a tough SOB I was. Just like the old man. And when I had a load on, no one was safe. I mean, no one.
Elliot, that was a long time ago. You are a different person now.
Yeah. But the problem is that by the time I changed, it was too late. I'm sorry, Brooke. I Listen, this is my problem to deal with my own anger. This is my cross to bear.
Elliot, who are you angry at? Yourself? Your father?
Listen, I shouldn't burden you with my life. The one that is important now is Ricky.
I like it when you talk about yourself. You do it so seldom. And when you do it, it's like you're looking over your own shoulder, editing and judging. I just wish you could find it in yourself, to let yourself be open, and to let whatever is stoking that furnace just burn itself out.
Then all that will be left is ashes.
I wish I could help you. I wish you would find it in your heart to just let me in.
How can you talk about hating each other? He's come back to us. We should be thankful for that.
I should be thankful that my fiancée slept with my brother.
Well, Edmund, he's my husband.